What's up, my folks? I hope y'all are doing great and having a great warm evening tonight. This will probably get y'all tomorrow by the time it drops. But anyway, you know where my heart is. But I wanted to go over a few things, but before we get on that, let's talk about the puppies. I know I got two guys that wanted the the females that got deposits in. If you guys that want them, I got your deposits in the safe. I ain't cashed nothing yet, so let me know what you want. If you want them, let me know. Let me know soon, because they look all innocent right there. But I'm telling you, these little bastards is something. I mean, these are gonna be some real bad little puppies. These pups turned out just superior. I mean, that cross, that I knew it was gonna be fucking on fire, but these guys right now, I got them in a play box in the middle of my living room. I might add, who wears a pants in this family? But my old lady ain't here; she's down at the beach. But yeah, I built a puppy box in the house. It's too cold, man. I gotta bring all my dogs in. I mean, they're all up in barns and crates and bedrooms, crates in the bathroom. You know, just they're packed up. So I had to use the crate that I was having these guys in for a dog. So anyway, I got them in the living room, but they are just they're pretty, man. I'm telling you, you guys, you're gonna enjoy them. You're gonna enjoy them. I've been waiting on this cross. I wanted to do a pure Turtle Buster cross back to that red stuff. Cause basically, man, what it is it's all that red, like I guess like Mayday type blood and Red Boy Jocko type blood with Bolio, and back to pretty heavy Turtle Buster, with some dynamite. That's what these are. But I wanted to go pure turtles. But man, I'm liking these pups. you know, uh, I've had a few comments about the certain things, about like breeding dogs and this and that. And look, the best catch dogs are made today from the best pit dogs from the past. Okay, that's the way we breed, and that's the way I've seen it. I don't give a shit. The best catch dogs are made from the game dogs. They're made from the gamest, the baddest dogs. That's going to give you your best catch dogs, and that's how it works. And that's the way I breed dogs. And that's the way I always will breed dogs. I've seen some questions about what I look for in breeding dogs. I look for all the qualities, even skin quality. Okay, I'm trying to even get my skin quality perfect, because there were some things in the Turtle Buster dogs, that you gotta. They have skin problems, or certain dogs have certain things. Everything. We're looking at everything from teeth. You know, to me personally, an undershot bite, I don't breed away from that. I mean, a lot of my dogs might come up a little bit undershot. Like CJ, my little pup, off of Rusty, she's a little undershot. She kind of her head kind of looks like that. Um, but it's not bad. It's not out crazy. I'm not breeding like standard ADBA show winning dogs, but some of my dogs actually do well in the shows. I ain't gonna lie, they do, man. If I really cared about that, I could do real good. Cause I breed everybody's stock. You gotta understand that. I'm not like I'm not kennel blind. I'm not blind, color blind, or any of that, man. I don't give a shit about none of that. I want quality everything. You know what I mean? It don't matter to me, the bloodline or who had it or none of that. I mean, or some that shit just doesn't bother me. It never has. To me personally, it's the end product, and that's what's between my legs. You know what I'm saying? What I'm holding before I let him go to catch a pig. Um, and that's the end product, and that's all I care about. Like these puppies here, man. I mean, this cross is like all the major good dogs of the last era. I mean, like of the bloodline. You know what I mean? I'm not saying all the good dogs, but I'm saying every dog in the pedigree is very high quality shit. You know what I'm saying? Very high quality dogs with no faults, and there ain't no curs in them. There ain't very many curs in the pedigrees, is what I'm saying. You know, when you get in them like that, you're gonna get better catch dogs. You know, that's why I breed the way I breed. Um, you know, and I gotta say it because there was some comments made, and I've had some conversations with people about the pit dog game. You know, we always go back to the pit dog game. You know, well, I lived through part of my life through the pit dog game, and I can tell you, it's been really romanticized. It really has. It's been romanticized a lot by dog men. You know, from titles to magazines to everything. I'm not saying it's not exciting to read the magazines and the titles and all that. I like it too, man. It's you know, it's part of it. But what I'm saying is a lot of your real dog men, for real motherfuckers, man, they might have a little secret name they put in the magazine once in a while, and they might send something in once in a while and shit, but they didn't care about titles or on that. They would just, this dog, when you walk their yard, you know, they would tell you, say, hey man, this dog right here, he's a fucking 7-time winner, man. Or this dog right here, he's a fucking 2-time winner, and you know what I'm saying? They just, it wasn't about none of the other shit. You know, your real core of the game back then. Okay, it wasn't romanticized like it is now. I'm just being honest. I mean, Jack Kelly knew what the fuck he was doing when he made that journal up and started running with that shit and doing titles and champions and grand champions, because the people want to see their name in lights, man. I mean, that's just the way it is. And you know, it's just you're. I seen some comments about like uncontracted matches is what I call them. Y'all call them off the chain, but ain't nobody in their fucking right mind ever did no off the chain. I mean, occasionally people would be like, look, really pull them off the chain because they were so much shit talked, and they would just do it in a spur of the moment. But 90.99999% of those matches was the dogmen would be at shows and be like, hey man, I got a 45 that's ready, man. You got one that's ready too. Let's, in 2 weeks, let's do it. So them dogs were finished out. Okay, so when you see bloodlines coming from dogs that are titled, say like, I would much rather have a dog off of a dog that won 7 or 8 off the chain, real legitimate off the chain, uncontract. You can't afford to put your fucking forfeits out, all that bullshit. Some guys wanted to do it that way, and then but the guys that the core of the game that I knew, that I was around, a lot of them were uncontracted matches, man. And I mean, if you don't, they were as tough as anything I ever seen. If you don't think so, you crazy, man. I don't know what it's been glorified, man. I mean, a match is two dogs the same weight that are worked. You got a referee and money bet and a box and a timekeeper. That's a fucking match. You know what I mean? A real match. It ain't no glorified roles. That ain't how that was done. So you guys that are asking about, like, I've seen some questions about dogs way back in pedigrees, the OTC and all that stuff. That's what that was. That was not no glorified roles, and you should be ashamed of your dog's pedigree because it was just OTC. Man, some of the best dogs I seen were a bunch of OTC winning dogs. I'm telling you. Man, I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know how much video I'll be able to take tonight, but I can tell y'all stories, man. I'd love to, but I think I'm going to write a book of OTCs. We were OTC kings back then. That's how dogmen did it. And I seen got into it with this dude, like, well, that's because you're just trying to make money on your dog. Well, what the fuck do you think was trying to do when I would pay a conditioner and bet big money on the motherfucker? You still was trying to make money on the dog. It's not a. I mean, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. It was always trying to make money on the dog when you were matching dogs. No one wants to go in there and fucking lose money on the dog. But the OTCs were something that was a very popular thing, and most of your dogs that got bred that were OTC winning dogs were multiple time winning OTC dogs that were bad motherfuckers. And the people in the area and the region, they knew that motherfucker was bad, and they didn't want none of that sumbitch. I mean, I can tell you about 12, 14, 15 time winning OTC, just uncontracted. The motherfuckers was worked. They was bad bulldogs. It was all that in a bag of chips. And yes, you should be very proud when you got something that says 6 or 7 times OTC behind that son of a bitch. That was coming from real hardcore bulldogs. Now you guys don't even start. Don't even go over there, Toro, and start waking every damn buddy up. But yeah, that was just all the way it was. I mean, I'm telling you, they fixing to start balling up in a minute. I'm gonna have to put them in different little crates. But that's what that was, And those are the type of dogs that make good foundations. It doesn't have, man, a lot of guys didn't report nothing like that. You like your champions. Everyone talks about, champion titles. Let me tell you something. I remember the first real convention I went to. The whole way home, all we did was talk about the dogs that we had that could have fucked the ones that won up. I'm just saying. The last 2 champions I saw made when I was in that part of the game, the first one was a pile of shit. It took the dog he whooped literally was only looked at for 15 minutes on the dude's yard. And it still took the motherfucker an hour and a half to get him out of there, to make him quit. Everyone thinks it's killing. No, a lot of them ain't killing, man. I very rarely seen dogs kill each other. I mean, I have seen it, but most of that shit was my own yard accidents. But most of the time in the box, people got respect. I mean, if you can't win, you can't win. I mean, pick the motherfucker up. I mean, I've never left one down in my whole time doing that shit. I never left one down and take it like that. If you couldn't beat them, man, be a fucking man, dude, and realize it, But anyway, and then the next one that I know that was made, that I seen made, was, I'm not even gonna get into it because a lot of people breeding off that shit. And I know of one right now that everyone's breeding off of. The motherfucker wasn't courtesy scratch. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the bloodline they're breeding off of. This dog is way back in the pedigree, but everyone's like woo over this shit. I mean, he didn't courtesy scratch. So they both fucking quit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that game was so romanticized, and it's don't get into that shit. Don't even buy into that bullshit. Just enjoy your puppies and catch some pigs with them and do it like that, and don't even, man, there was only one reason to match dogs. That was for the respect of your peers, to see that your blood was winning, that what you were breeding was able to compete in that situation of that time. Now you're breeding catch dogs, man. As long as they can catch hogs, man, you're good. Don't just, as long as they can hammer the fuck out of anything in the woods, you're okay. But, at that time, it was a different era, and it changed, and it went from a really, let's see the heart of the bulldogs, let's see what the bulldogs are really about to each other, to, man, let's make champions so we can make puppies and we can sell pedigrees and we can, that's really what it went to now. Very few of the old school dogmen. Hey, now, there was some real good dogmen that are real honest and hardcore. That's why I get mad when people talk shit about old Bill, because Bill was the real deal, man. And, there's very few of them guys. Most of them guys don't give a fuck, man. They don't care about these dogs, what happens to these dogs, or none of that. They just, talking about it was all about making money. That's what them guys are about. That's all it's about to them, making money, you know. And it just went to that, you know, any way you can, even cheating, lying, sneaking, you know. So don't tell me the motherfucker ain't a bad bulldog when he's an OTC winner. Y'all take care and keep on bulldogging.